For this edition of Twitch History, I decided to cover the time that Twitch banned linking to OnlyFans and lewd Patreons. Or did they? So we'll be looking at the time that Twitch maybe banned linking to lewd Patreons and OnlyFans from Twitch, and then after we'll see if people are still doing that to this day. So we'll check a few Twitch profiles of streamers who do have an OnlyFans and see if those links are still on their pages or if they use some other like go-arounds, and if these go-arounds are legal to do on Twitch. So it all started on November 26th of 2017, and it started with this Twitter thread right here. Some people were talking about how they hope that linking to and alluding anything involving pornography needs to be an immediate permanent ban. In this thread, Twitch staff 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽 replied saying, linking to / advertising not safe for work / lewd Patreons directly from Twitch is against the rules. It's a recent change, so you'll see more slaps on the wrist for the time being, but be sure to report offenders that you see. So at this point, already some people had been contacted about this and possibly even banned for this. This meant if they had a banner in their profile on Twitch that linked to their Patreon and the Patreon had lewds in it, they would be told to take it down or be banned. Some people replied to this thread asking for more information. This person asked for more clarity again on November 26th of 2017. They asked for clarification regarding what not safe for work was, what lewdness was, and how much was too much not safe for work / lewd content. Again, Twitch staff 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽 replied saying that nudes or underwear or sexy lingerie shots, which I guess is also underwear, are all not allowed. We also had some further insight from 𝓪𝓫𝓾 later in the thread. He clarified that if a Patreon tier was advertised as not safe for work / lewd or anything equivalent, then it was not allowed. I guess this was how they would figure out if a Patreon had not safe for work content. You would just have to look at the Patreon and see if it was advertised as such. I don't think that, I mean, I have no idea, but I'm guessing that people weren't just signing up for every single Patreon that they saw. I wish they were. I have a non-lewd Patreon, okay? I had to stop advertising my Patreon because of all of this. They also said that you can link to a Twitter that has lewds on it from your Twitch. So you could have a banner for the Twitter from your Twitch, because on Twitter, you do not need to pay anything to unlock this lewd or nude content. So if you had your lewds on Patreon or OnlyFans, this would get you banned because it was behind a paywall. But you could link to a Twitter that had nudes or lewds on it and you would be fine. This was another question that someone had. It was kind of answered in one of the last tweets, but some of the questions to 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽 did go unanswered without further clarification. Basically, though, this comment from 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽 went kind of unnoticed until the next day, and that's when this information really started making the rounds. 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽, who has since been banned from Twitter, but I was able to get a screenshot of what she had said. She tweeted saying, Twitch officially announced today that we can't advertise our lewd / lingerie cosplays for Patreon. Lingerie cosplay, is that cosplaying as a Victoria's Secret model? I'm making this tweet as a timestamp for myself and anyone else that I have not announced lewds or lingerie stuff on Twitch since earlier this week. So this tweet was pretty much everywhere on the next day, which would be November 27th, 2017. Mostly what was happening was people were asking for more clarification again, and people were very confused about what was going on. As you can see from the tweet that quotes the picture, Tabitha Lyons asked, can anyone clarify if this is true and what the guidelines are? Anytime anyone asked if this was true, they were redirected to the first tweet by 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽. This person noted that the last Twitch guidelines were updated months before this point, and there was still nothing new. Now in this tweet from 𝓪𝓫𝓾𝓽, you can see that she says Twitch officially announced today that we can't advertise our lewds. I actually never saw this from Twitch, and I figure since this video is about when Twitch banned this content from its site, we should find that. So first what I did was I went to the Twitch blog archive. I found 2 posts in 2018 where Twitch updated the community guidelines. However, these had nothing nothing to do with posting lewds to Twitch. The updates did include trying to be more clear about what's not allowed to be streamed on Twitch, but it didn't mention how you can't link to a Patreon with lewds on it. As we don't have sufficient tools for viewers to limit their exposure to nudity and mature content, artistic and educational nudity are not allowed. I think that's because I was trying to do some medical school streams, and there was a lot of nudity in my slides, which was educational. However, it was labeled as pornographic. If you're curious, I'm pretty sure you're still not allowed to do educational or artistic nudity. Because the announcement first happened in 2017 from Pluto, I also checked the 2017 blog archive, but there were actually no updates about the community guidelines at all in 2017 from the blog. I also checked the community guidelines from Wayback Machine to see if they had been updated after what Pluto posted, but they actually didn't really change at all. So here's October 2017. Right. So it says any content or activity involving pornography, sexual intercourse, or adult services is prohibited. So I think this means if you stream that on Twitch, well, you're not allowed to stream it on Twitch. But again, it doesn't really say anything about linking to this content directly from Twitch. And then if we go to the next archive from Wayback Machine, the next one is February 8th of 2018, and if we scroll to the same section, you can see that again nothing has actually changed. Again, nudity and sexually explicit content or activities such as pornography, sexual acts or intercourse, and sexual services are prohibited. Again, does this mean you can't stream those things on Twitch? Does this mean you can't link to those things? It's really not very clear. Oh, they also added that sexually suggestive content or activities may be allowed in educational contexts for pre-approved licensed content, in each case subject to additional restrictions. They did, however, add this page, which still exists. And this is really just about what you can wear and wait, let me go over it. They did, however, also add a link to this page, which still exists today. But again, it doesn't actually mention anything about linking off-site. It goes over what streamers can wear. Some of these blocks get interesting in later years. For example, at some point they add in the text that cleavage is unlimited, but under bust, under boob is not allowed on Twitch. Not the two hemispheres of the boob are not equal. Wouldn't know. The only part that actually mentions sharing content on the platform that's sexual is under the sexual violence and exploitation heading. So this doesn't pertain to a lewd Patreon or an OnlyFans, and I'll read it to you and you'll understand why. So we have this bullet: sexually suggestive or explicit content, audio or visual, shared or threatened to share without permission of the person depicted, such as in revenge porn. So one might think then you could share explicit content. Just from reading this, you might think that maybe you can share explicit content as long as the person depicted is willing. It's a little unclear at this point. So I decided then that I would check Twitch's Twitter page, since we didn't really find much in terms of community guideline updates or in the Twitch blog around 2017. We could check their Twitter around that time. Remember, Sinsin Bear said on this day of November 27, 2017, Twitch officially announced the new rule change. So here we have all of Twitch's tweets from the official Twitter account up until November 28th, and I don't see any mention of a policy change. If we scroll down to here, we get to the 25th, and there's no mention of it. So then I went to Pluto's staff account Twitter to see what else he was saying around that day. It turns out the reason why Pluto decided to make this information public was because people were already getting in trouble for it. So as he said in his later tweet, the rule was in effect before November 26th. This was just the earliest that any of us knew about it. He was saying that there was nowhere on the Twitch site or any resources officially from Twitch that he could point to show this policy change. He also agreed that a random tweet from staff wasn't the best way to communicate this information, but because people were already getting in trouble for the rule change, he felt that doing so was warranted. So again, the earliest that we knew of this policy change was November 26th, but it was actually in effect earlier than that. Another thing that was kind of interesting was in another one of his tweets, he said, "When someone violates this rule change, we would reach out and inform them of the rule they broke, and there wouldn't be punitive action taken, at least for partners," which is who they handle. And I did see some other tweets saying that people were banned without warning, for linking to lewd Patreons around this time. I couldn't get any official statements from these people, and some of the Twitter accounts had been deleted, but it seems maybe only partners were being warned without this official statement being posted anywhere. Pluto also gave some context during this time that linking to a Twitter that may have not safe for work content on it is okay. And this has always been something that people have wondered about even to today. There is no official statement on whether you actually can link to a Twitter that has a Patreon with lewds on it, or an OnlyFans account doesn't exist. But this is the most straightforward statement that I can find. And this will also pop up later in the video. Alright, so that was the day and the day after that Twitch banned linking to lewds from their site. Now let's look at whether they still do this, whether anyone knows if they still do this, and then lastly, if streamers are getting around this and how. So to find out if Twitch still bans this, we will look at the Twitch TOS, but I'll just save you some time. I read the whole thing. This is how you navigate to it. You go to the TOS. The TOS tells you to go to the community guidelines. The community guidelines tells you to click a link down here for more information about our sexual content policies and enforcement. And from there, you get to the same page I showed you earlier that says streamers can show unlimited cleavage, but no underboob. Actually, I'm gonna highlight that because it is in the current TOS. Let me just search under bust. I believe that's what they call it. Oh wait, I'm on the community guidelines. Let me go to sexual content. There we go. For those who present as women, we ask that you cover your nipples. We do not permit exposed underbust. Cleavage, however, is unrestricted. Unlimited. Also, don't show your penis. Okay, so really, again, the only thing that kind of we give you the impression that you can't link to lewds is back on that last page where they say that nudity and sexually explicit content or activities such as pornography, sexual acts or intercourse, and sexual services are prohibited. I mean, at least Pluto said that lingerie was also banned, because this doesn't even really mention anything other than nudity. If you have an OnlyFans and you only have lingerie shots, you would think that since you're not nude, you could link to it, but you would be wrong. So here are just some of the updated musings and ban reportings that show it is still banned to link to lewds directly from Twitch. We have this tweet from 𝓪𝓫𝓸𝓾𝓽 who says that women are getting banned on Twitch for advertising their lewd OnlyFans as Patreon on Twitter. So not even just on their stream, but on Twitter. So it's possible that some people actually are getting banned if they link to a Twitter that, even though Twitter is not behind a paywall, if they have lewds on the Twitter, they then get banned on Twitch. Interestingly enough too, this is in a thread where a very popular avatar or VTuber streamer, they were instantly partnered by Twitch, even though their top is a link. Well, it's not a link, but it's a reference to a hentai site, or so I'm told. So you would think that if someone had, I mean, look, you can't put a... You would think if someone had a link to Brazzers in their Twitch profile, that would be sexual and not allowed, but I guess you can have a shirt that has a hentai site on it. Here is another person who asked last year if it was okay to acknowledge that they make OnlyFans content while streaming on Twitch, as long as they don't directly link to it. For example, by saying, "Yeah, I have one, check out my Twitter if you're interested." People replied to this saying that they should not do this. So Cannibal Queen said that they've seen girls banned for having their Twitch advertise on their Twitter that advertises their not safe for work content. Miss Callie also said that she wouldn't risk it, even if this is completely not safe for, safe for work content. Another person who has an OnlyFans also said definitely never link it or directly reference it. And then finally, another Twitch streamer who does OnlyFans said, again, definitely never link to it or even tell them anything like what your username is for that stuff. Someone in this thread also added Twitch support, but there was no response from Twitch support. And that just reminded me really fast to check if Twitch support ever mentioned anything, but no, they did not. This isn't really something that Twitch support would tweet about. Okay, so before we start looking at Twitch partners and creators that have OnlyFans to see if they link to their OnlyFans or how they get around this, I actually have a sponsor for this video. I asked them if they would mind being included in this video since it is sexually suggestive, and this now makes me wonder if I can even link to this from my Twitch. Oh no. And they said sure. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so this ad's gonna be super fast and it's only for the Canadians. And it really just involves a link in my description. So, well, simple. If you don't know who they are, they have a bunch of different apps for finances for Canadians. One is so that you can do your taxes. Straightforward. They have investment options, and they're coming out with their own version of a cash app, which is just for Canadians. However, it won't have any transfer fees ever for creators or also non-creators, just Canadians. So you'll be able to send money to other Canadians without having any fees. Currently, if I want to send money to anyone, it costs me 50 cents. I think it costs $1 if I want to send money to another Canadian. And then through my bank, and if I use other online services, it always takes a percentage. So it always ends up taking like maybe $2 off of $10. This will always be free, and you can then withdraw money from your bank account or deposit it to your bank account. So kind of like a debit card that doesn't have any fees because the fees come from like the stores and the bank. The Cash App will also never have any fees, ever. And because they're currently promoting the Cash App to get it up and running off of the ground, because Canada doesn't really have any kind of financial app like this right now. In fact, all of the other money apps that are frequently mentioned, you can't use them if you're Canadian. I think they're American only. So this is now Canadian only. Canadians can actually use it, and they want to promote the program. So there used to be a let me do it again. Oh, no. They used to have a deal where if you send a referral link to someone, they would get $5 for creating a new account through the app, but they now increased that to $25. And so I also have a charity stream coming up, my yearly St. Jude charity stream for every year that I have streamed every single day in a row. And if you use my link in my description to get $25 for creating an account on the app, then donate that money to me for the charity, not for me, for the charity. Well Simple will then match that $25. So you can actually donate a free $50 towards St. Jude for my charity stream. And I'll leave this up for longer than my charity stream goes. So I'll still keep accepting donations for St. Jude after that point. So if you're interested in donating towards St. Jude and you want a free like $50 to do it, use my link in my description and create an account. Or if you just want $25, also use my link in the description. Anyways, again, this is for Canadians only, and hopefully this app picks up and gains traction so that we will have zero transfer money options in Canada. Okay, so on to the ways that Twitch streamers are promoting their OnlyFans on Twitch. First, we have this article I found from Sausage Roll, and I think this is kind of a well-known thing. So Amaranth promotes her Patreon with lewds, and I guess also her OnlyFans through her Twitch sub letters or Twitch sub messages. So when you have a sub button on Twitch, you can actually send an email to everyone that is subscribed to you, whether they were gifted a sub or they're like tier 3ing you, right? So this lawyer was upset because his underage son had been given a gift sub to Amaranth, and then he received this message. The message reads, 35% discount today on my OnlyFans. And the message links directly to her OnlyFans. I shall type in the link for research. So this is where the link goes to. It goes to bit.ly that warns you, and then it shows where it goes to, which is onlyfans.com/Amaranth. So it seems that Amaranth is actually still linking directly from Twitch to her OnlyFans. I found another streamer who was doing this, who was actually featured in my Twitch history, the history about hot tub stream. So indie fans also sent out some emails. In this message that was sent on April 4th, 2021, it says, "Hey fam, just letting you know, for those of you that aren't aware, I have a very, very hot stuff not seen on Twitch. Just click the link to find out. Linktree/IndieFox. For future discount alerts and hot photos, direct to your inbox, sign up to my mailing page." So this takes us down the path of, is this a direct link to OnlyFans? Because when we go to IndieFox's Linktree, we see OnlyFans right here at the top. However, you have to go to Linktree first. Is this a direct link? I feel like no one knows, but a lot of people are using it. So let's start looking at Twitch creators that have OnlyFans to see how they get around the Twitch rules. I'm just gonna check out a couple creators and check out their bio and see if there's any references to OnlyFans. So here's a picture of Momo in lingerie, and we'll see if she also links to her Twitter on our Twitch page. She also has an OnlyFans. We'll just make sure it has lewd content really fast. I'm gonna guess it does. You'll find my lewd is not safe for work content that I can't post on Instagram. All right. That's what we're looking for. So here we have her socials, and her social links to her Twitter. Remember, in that one Pluto tweet, it's actually okay to link to a Twitter that has lewds on it. Does she mention her OnlyFans though? I don't see it in any of her panels. Does this link go anywhere? She also doesn't mention it in her About Me. Okay, so I found this helpful article that tells me of Twitch stars that have OnlyFans accounts. So we'll also use this article to find more Twitch streamers with OnlyFans accounts or lewd Patreons, and we'll see again if they link directly to them. Amy Fox is currently live with 8,000 viewers. So in our social media, we have Spotify, Twitter, Amazon, Snapchat, YouTube, but no OnlyFans. However, she does have this link to all her socials. So this is her link tree, and then from her link tree, she links to OnlyFans. So it seems like she's using the same potential go around that she was using in the subscriber messages, where you link to your link tree that then links to your OnlyFans. I wonder if anyone mentions her OnlyFans in her chat. Batarama is getting 10 tier 1 subs. Very interesting Twitch comments. So Amaranth, as we learned, has an OnlyFans. Does she link directly to it? In her About Me section, she mentions that she is a cosplayer, but I don't see anything that mentions OnlyFans. She has a link here that's called the best links, and so this goes to her link tree, and the link tree then links to her OnlyFans. Chelsea has 244,000 followers on Twitch. Oh, and so she actually links directly to her OnlyFans, it seems. Don't see it in any of the panels, but this link here says OnlyFans, and she is a partner Twitch streamer. Oh, and it goes straight there. Maybe she doesn't have not safe for work stuff? I don't know how you would tell without subscribing. What does this say? I don't know, it kind of looks like there's a but here. I'm gonna guess that it might not be safe for work. And then we can also check Misbehavin'. Alright, and then we have Misbehavin'. I believe this is the streamer who accidentally streamed a part of her. I don't see any mention to OnlyFans in her description, and there's no direct link to OnlyFans here. She's also partner now. When you go to her Twitter though, you can see she says, for other not safe for work links, click below. So if we click on Linktree, am I over 18? Oh my god, I'm not even 12 yet. OnlyFans, Fansly, not safe for work. Okay, so she uses a Linktree in her Twitter, and she has some lingerie pictures on her Twitter as well. You know, they say, do what you love, and you'll always love work. What do they say? Do what you love, what you do. No, you'll never work a day in your life if you do what you love. I don't know. I fell. The streamer's name is Kaitlyn. I like that. If you have coin, Kaitlyn has wares. She has an OnlyFans, I am told. She is partnered. Does she mention her OnlyFans in her description? But none for her OnlyFans setup. Follow Twitch rules. Alright, we have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and I don't know what this is. Another Discord. 2 Discords. So we will check out her Twitter, and her Twitter links to her OnlyFans at the top. And does she have anything in her chat? Really bad. People are gonna wake up to me doing this in their chat. Okay. When I do the command OnlyFans, she gets a Streamlabs message that says, promoting not safe for work sites such as OnlyFans, Patreon, etc. is against TOS. Check out my Twitter / Instagram for more content. So I guess she does. I guess her OnlyFans link does work then. I'm gonna guess a few people do this, where they're kind of winking at you, right? They're saying like, I can't promote this, here's where to find more. And since she's a partner, it seems like this is also allowed. So let's wrap this up. Okay, so we learned that Twitch first started banning linking to lewds such as OnlyFans and Patreon lewds from their site at some point before May 26th of 2017. Was there ever an official announcement for this? I don't know. I don't know. Is this reflected in the current rules? Everyone seems to feel that it is. I guess so? Do streamers get around this by directly linking to their OnlyFans or Patreon on Twitch? Amaranth might directly link to her OnlyFans. Otherwise, people either allude to having an OnlyFans or they link to their link tree that has their OnlyFans. Or no, we did find one other streamer though that did link directly to her OnlyFans. And I think there was a butt in the picture, so it might be a not safe for work one. That's your Twitch history. This has been the Twitch history episode on the day that Twitch banned linking to lewds on their platform. If you're Canadian, go use my link below and sign up for the Cash App to get a free $25. And then give me that $25. I'll also put my tag below. Send that to me and Will Simple will match it for St. Jude. Or don't, or keep it.